Production agriculture is one of Colorado's main economic drivers. We have the diversity of cropping systems, in addition to all the agricultural animal production that we have throughout the state. The Ag Water Quality Program was established to protect state waters and the environment from the impacts of agricultural chemical use. Agricultural chemicals are really defined as nutrients from fertilizers and pesticide compounds. We accomplished this mission partially through our statewide monitoring efforts with personnel here at the Colorado Department of Agriculture.
Water Quality Control Division's goal is to protect water quality in the state. As part of this program, data collected for nutrients and pesticides are assessed and evaluated and compared against the water quality standards. What that tells us is if a stream or lakes or reservoirs are healthy. If it is not, then we prioritize those areas to implement best management practices.
The majority of the program's monitoring that has occurred has happened in our irrigated cropping systems, primarily because irrigation does serve to potentially drive contaminants below the root zone and eventually into groundwater. Given the extensive coverage of aquifers across Colorado, the programs have relied on development of a monitoring strategy that allows us to be able to sample regions at different frequencies and different sample densities. Our groundwater monitoring really does require us to be in constant communication with our land and well owners. We explain to them the value of understanding local water quality issues, while also helping them understand that the data that we're collecting is driving research towards the mitigation and the prevention of future contamination. Since inception in 1990, the program's collected more than 4,500 groundwater samples from nearly 1,600 wells. So that's a lot of data, and we really do strive to make all of our data publicly available through our online database.
One similarity between surface water and groundwater is that they're both sensitive to environmental stressors like agricultural production. The Ag Water Quality Program began monitoring for surface water in 2020. But it has a solid foundation that the groundwater side has built since the 90s. In terms of data reporting and sampling methodology, since then, we've conducted monitoring surveys in every major basin in the state as of 2024. There are multiple techniques that we use to collect grab samples from surface water. It all depends on site accessibility and safety. Once the program's water samples are collected, they're delivered to the CDA Biochemistry Laboratory, where they're analyzed for nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus, and over 130 different pesticide compounds and active ingredients are commonly found on the shelves and are available for use in residential or large-scale agricultural production.
We also work with our colleagues at Colorado State University who conduct field research and develop best management practices that are oftentimes used in field demonstrations for our stakeholders, and they use our data to be able to help drive their research.
The role of Colorado State University in the Ag Water Quality Program is really twofold. One, it is to do the applied science to see what works agronomically and environmentally, and then we measure how those tools perform in the field to develop the science and the data that can inform policy decisions on whether our approach to non-point source pollution prevention is working.
One of the reasons that I feel the Ag Water Quality Program is so successful in the state of Colorado is long-term collaboration with the agricultural community. It's not just access to land and their resources, but it's also trust from the agricultural community that we really are basing what we do in the science.
This all works together for us to be able to provide our stakeholders with the tools and knowledge necessary for them to create a holistic strategy that minimizes the impacts of agrochemical use, but also optimizes their agricultural production and protects the health of the environment across Colorado.